early benefactor of Spirit Box, who I'm a huge fan of. Just saw them at the House of Blues this past weekend, and they're really kind of on their come up. And so they've got, it's no surprise they're taking them out. And Papa Roach is another one of those bands, if you had told me 25 years ago they would still be around, I would have doubted that. But they're great live. They still do great work. So the Shinedown show at Blossom in September, I'll set you for that next week. Every Wednesday in May, we're going out with the Cleveland Funny Bus. Bill will be your host next Wednesday. We just did our inaugural trip last night. It was a total blast. So go to funnybus.net to get your tickets. But I will have a few to give away to you next week. Guardians tickets for when the White Sox are in town, end of the month. Want to go see Aerosmith and the Black Crowes. The Farewell Tour, the Romo Fijo on September 21. And the Berea Rib Cook-Off over Memorial Day weekend. All those things to give to you next week. Bureau chiefs, we have a lot of them in the great state of Iowa. If you listen on iHeartRadio, tell me where you do it. Evan is one of our bureau chiefs in Des Moines, Iowa. And about 45 minutes outside Des Moines is a town called Perry, Iowa. And these people are being terrorized by an aggressive rabbit.
Oh.
That is, again, I don't know how so many people are being bitten. They're being bitten by a rabbit. A woman said it jumped up and bit her. Jumped up and bit her.
It just jumps up and bites me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got bit by a bunny. It came around to her car, and it wouldn't let her out of her car. Well, when she did get out of her car, it chased her up to her door. The Perry Police Department said it's been a rabbit that's been around. I'm not worried about rabies, because when it bit me, I didn't see it frothing at the mouth.
I didn't see it frothing at the mouth. Would you see a rabbit frothing at the mouth?
I mean, if it's wascally.
If it's wascally.
It sounds like that's a very wascally rabbit.
I guess so. Well, the local sheriff's department was really trying to instill the fear in people to make sure that they were being safe.
Creature so foul, so cruel, that no man yet has fought with it and lived. Bones of full 50 men lie strewn about its lair, for death awaits you all with nasty big pointy teeth.
Doesn't sound like a guy from Iowa. Very strange. Wonder where he's from. So anyway, I guess that the rabbit has since been taken care of, not in the mob sense, but just in the... says they released it at the local wastewater treatment plant.
Oh, yeah, bunnies love wastewater. That's
why? Maybe there's carrots floating in the Perry wastewater.
I think bunnies like corn.
Rabbits like corn?
I think they'll eat it. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if they like that corn, but...
Okay. Redistributed corn?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So listen, those of you folks, if you've been living in fear out there in Perry, Iowa, outside of Des Moines, I think maybe you can sleep a little more soundly tonight. Knowing that I just love the notion of the thing jumping up and biting. Because just wait until, you can feel it, right? You can feel the animal kingdom increasingly fighting back, showing their displeasure with our centuries of encroaching on their land. You'll hear people going, there's so many deer. Our neighborhood has so many deer. Yeah, we're on their land.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of deer around where I live, and there's a lot of cliffs, too, that go into Lake Erie, and I want to,
Aren't there fences, though?
There's fences, but they can jump over a fence like nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm sure it happens a lot where they end up getting spooked and jumping over a fence and ending up falling off the cliff, which...
And you'd be able to see that from your apartment.
I would, yeah. Look, they don't really come over to the apartment complex. It's more on the other side of West 117th towards all the mansions and stuff and houses. They're a lot. You see them a lot more often over there because we're also close to Edgewater Park and they hang out. There's some wooded areas over there where they'll be seen and kind of hang out.
I don't see deer over by my way, but since it's springtime, I'm seeing a lot more spiders, and I had to break out my industrial gallon jug of bug spray because they're all around my garage, and I can't get into my garage without.
You act like your garage is covered with one giant Spider-Man web. Like you can't get into your garage.
I have a garage door, and then there's like the garage door that opens. The garage door is the one I walk through to open the garage, and sometimes the web covers that. And I was just
wow. And you're not prone to just swiping it away with your hand.
No.
Oh. So what's your spider fighter? Like, what do you use to?
Spider fighter.
I don't know. I have it's called like a home border spray or something. It kills like all the bugs, and I just like go through there and I just spray it all.
I mean,
around.
it doesn't sound like it's working because you've had a number of stories about how spiders are slowly taking over your living, or at least your garage there.
No, this is the first time I've said it.
I thought you just told us last week or earlier in the week that there was a giant spider that you were freaking out about.
Yeah, I let it live. That was the only one I saw because it only comes out at night. So I made McBoyfriend kill it, and it was fine. And then I didn't realize that there was a bunch more. Their webs were like up higher, so I didn't touch it. Like I was like, the outside is their home, not mine. As long as it doesn't intrude my living, which it did, because I'm like, I don't want to get webs in my hair every time I go to the garage. I'm serious. Like that means spiders might be all on me. So then I was like, nope, can't let you live because y'all don't understand boundaries. Y'all making webs over doorways and places where I got to walk through. If you just stick to yourself, it'd be fine. But they're little spiders and they don't understand. So I got to spray around their entire environment.
Just going to make them angrier and bigger.
No, I'll spray them too.
Yeah. Last time we were at our friend's place in LA, he's like, we can't have our dog. There's like giant brown recluse spider, like these. Mm-hmm. He's like, we can't have our dog just running around the backyard.
That's why I don't want to live
because of all these spiders.
I don't want to live anywhere near the desert because of that. I don't know if I could get over that because those aren't spiders you could just step on and
you can. You have big boots.
Those spiders are not bugs. Those are animals.
Like, well, they're desert creatures.
You don't just smash a rat. Like, you got to get rid of it. I don't want to have to get rid of a spider. That's gross.
It's like the size of an armadillo.
Ugh.
Well, we were on the desert. I think being there in April was probably a little too early for it to be like when it gets super hot, like mid-July in Arizona, that's when you get scorpions and snakes and all kinds of stuff. But like those, you talk to guys that were in Iraq where they had camel spiders. You ever see those from 20 years ago? They're
camel spiders?
Yeah, like people would be passing around pictures of these desert spiders, guys that went overseas during Iraq and Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah, I have seen
photos
those,
of giant desert spiders. You're
these
like,
huge
holy
exoskeletons.
Christ. Mm-hmm. Yes. But those aren't the kind you're talking about. If I saw one of those giant spiders, I would
tarantulas.
pee my pants. Yeah. Right.
But tarantulas are, especially seeing a tarantula out in the world. Like, it's one thing to see a tarantula in a zoo or at a pet store.
Yeah.
But when you see them out in the world, it is so jarring.
That's what I'm saying. Tarantulas are not spiders. They look like spiders. That is an animal.
I think they're very neat, though.
They're an animal. Like, you can't just smash a tarantula.
I've had a tarantula on my face.
No.
When we went to Mexico.
We all have our kinks.
Yeah. That's right. When we went to Mexico, we'd only been in Cleveland probably not even a year. So this is a while ago. They have the little things where they're like, like little touristy things where you go zip line, because we went zip lining, and at the end of it, they get you right into this little like animal preserve where you can see some of the animals, and then they're like, you want to put a spider on your face? And I was like, hell yeah.
Oh my
and I thought it was, I have got a photo somewhere of me with a tarantula on my face, but you think it's going to be furry.
It's hard.
Well, yes, that's what not set me off, but that's what took me by surprise was how it's like spiny.
Yeah.
It's like spiky. You think it's going to be furry. Oh, look at this.
No,
it's heavy
was it,
and spiky.
Was it itchy after you took it off?
No. Again, these are touristy things. They do this 100 times a day, so I wasn't worried about it. They've defanged it and whatever they're going to do because
It'd be
it's
so itchy afterwards.
It wasn't itchy. No. Well, okay, so you got all your spiders? Everything okay now?
No, I don't know. I have to wait till tonight and see if more come back, and then I got to spray again.
Because I make them mad.
Well, I'm going to keep spraying their web. They can't just be in front of my garage door. I have stuff to do. I need my
You don't have a broom that you could just, like, pop them down off of the...
No, because then they're going to run around. They got to die. They have to die. So if I kill enough of them in that same spot, eventually they're going to smell the whatever it is, and they're going to...
Fear?
No, whatever the spray is. And they're like, oh, I can't make a web here. Because I know why they're making a web there, because it's good eating. It's right by the little lamppost on my garage.
Was it all they're eating flies and bugs and stuff?
Yeah, the flies are attracted to the light, and they have webs around the light, so they get some good eating. But no, they if they had it on the light, I wouldn't care. But they're making it in front of doorways, and I'm scared. What am I gonna do? All there by my lonesome.
Well, I hope you get that figured out.
Hey man, listen.
What are you doing? What?
You know, all of a sudden. Hey, Poundcake.
Yes?
It's Ghostbag. What's up, man?
I know who you are.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to be more formal in our interactions. Listen, man, I have spent the last half hour taking calls from people who said that you telling everybody that I'm full of farts.
Actually, quite the opposite. Bill was the one that said...
What?
Bill, is it?
Yeah.
Now, one of you guys are telling everybody that I'm full of farts.
No, we were asking
I said
about
you're
it.
opposed to stank.
Appreciate it.
You don't like stank. I was sticking up for you, Ghostbag. Contrary to popular belief.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean I don't like stank?
I said you wouldn't be in any situation where there would be some smells involved. You don't like stank, so I don't think you would be involved with a fart bag. I don't think you...
But I don't want to be associated with fart bag. He and I go way back, and it has not been a good relationship.
So you do know him?
Yes, we have beef.
How did this happen?
It smells like beef, too, when you pop them bags. Boy, I don't know what's
I
going
bet.
on. Yeah. He and I go way back.
You bullied him in high school, didn't
I
you?
didn't bully no such thing. Nothing like that. We just had, let's chalk it up to, we had a mutual friend that chose one of us over the other. How you like that?
And the friend chose him, right?
The friend chose him, that's right. Why do you think? You think I'd be spending all my time watching people whack it if I had friends, man?
I'm sorry. That's actually kind of sad, Ghostbag.
Thank you.
He chose a stanky bag over you.
Shut up, sucker. I blame Fartbag for a lot of things that have gone wrong in my life.
Like?
Like, he took my friend, so now I gotta sit around waiting for you to pull your pants down.
Okay, well.
Trust me, it's no way to live.
Oh, yes, it is. It's a very comfortable living.
Not for me, it's not. There's nothing comfortable about it.
Well, I'm sorry you got beef, Ghostbag. That's not fun.
That's all right.
That keeps life exciting.
I just didn't know I was going to be spending all my time looking at other people's beef. I could do with less of that. But anyway, I don't need everybody calling me going, hey, I heard you're full of farts. Because they're half listening to what you're saying.
Well, people are biting into these fart bags, so...
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it. That's none of my business.
Okay.
Next thing you know, people are going to think they can bite into whatever bag they want.
Right.
They can't come biting into me.
You can snap into a Slim Jim, but you don't be biting into a fart bag.
Don't bite into me at all. I'll kick your ass.
Okay.
That's all I got to say. So you take care of business and tighten up.
All right, I'll spread the word. I'll spread the word. You are not a fan of fart bag.
No, I'm not.
They got beef.
You got beef with
They
fart bag.
beefing.
Beef.
They beefing and cheesing.
We beefing.
They beefing and cheddar.
It's been a long time. It's been like 300 years of beef. And I'm over it.
Okay.
I mean, we had beef before plastic was even invented. That's how long.
So what was the bag made of?
Yeah, I always thought you were a plastic bag.
It used to be, this is my more modern look. I used to be mostly lamb skin. It was a whole different thing.
Ghost condom?
Yeah, shut up, Pancake, you big dummy. I gotta go, man.
That'd explain why he goes back so horny, though.
My existence is from Ghost condom.
Sure, what?
His existence is from a ghost condom.
Yeah, right. A ghost condom.
You said you'd be there and you wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you, Ghost condom?
So much lying going on. After hours line, you want to drop us voicemails, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Alan, Trucker John, King of I-71, and the one and only Bureau Chief of I-71. Hey, man, got a quick question for you. Gary Wright had like 1 or 2 hits. Whatever happened to that guy, man? It's like he just disappeared. I don't know. I just get these random thoughts. And you're in the know. That's all I got.
Oh, that's it. Remember Gary Wright? He had a huge hit called Dreamweaver
Oh, yeah, Dream.
in the 70s.
I know the song because of
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yes. That's what we called a weaver. Like, we called hot women a weaver because of that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Because
guys
of-
came up with that? Or it's...
Well, like, that was something that me and my friends, when we were, I was probably 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So we'd always go like, oh, she's a real weaver.
A weaver.
And it was a reference to that.
I thought Gary Wright was British because he was in a band called Spooky Tooth, if you're really old and you remember Spooky Tooth. And he's gone out with like the Ringo Starr All-Star Band. I thought he was British. He's from New Jersey. Does this sound... Do you know this song, Poundcake? Do you know Dreamweaver at all?
No.
You've never heard the song.
Sounds like something that would be at the end of a show.
Well, it was mid-70s, so everything sounded like this in the 70s, yeah. But he was in med school. He was going to be a doctor. And then he was playing with local bands in New York, and he joined up with some other bands. He was in a band called Spooky Tooth. And he had a couple of hits. He had
Not Duty Tooth.
Love is Alive, and was another Gary Wright hit, but nothing got as big as Dreamweaver, I don't think. Duty Tooth? What are you talking about?
Duty Tooth.
Oh, yeah.
That
He's
goes
got a
way
dead
back,
tooth. They got
yeah.
a duty tooth.
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, Gary Wright is still alive, I think. Yes, he's 80. There you go. Just turned 80 years old. That's a good song, too. All right, I'm going to take a break. You want to get the last word in? There you go, John. Out there on the 70.